Rachel Zegler.
很正，超正的。
Yeah, it's weird because a lot of people on our channel think she's like ugly. I don't know if it's because they see it just from the 不喜欢她的 lens. 他们觉得很丑。
对吧？
But for me, you could always hate, love her.
对啊，
know what I
你喜欢她长漂亮啊，这事实啊。
Yeah, it'd be like a 矛盾感. It's like,
Yeah.
I love you. But it's interesting because she went from 0 to 100 like in less than 2 years.
对啊，
And being as young, she's like 21, 22, right? And just like that episode we have with that girl in the car, like she's been brought up in the entitlement culture.
可能是太年轻就很成功，所以
我觉得是，
就很
而且很快 because she had 0 credits before West Side Story. I mean, she was a great singer. She had done like some singing stage shows.
她有出过专辑吗？
没有，
没有哈，
没有，所以她根本没有那些拍戏的经验。So most likely she could be, in English you call it an industry plant. Music industry 很多 industry plant. They're like, hey, we're gonna choose you and we're going to build you into this star, but your whole story is going to be you came from nothing and 你小时候很可怜，那你就被发現 you got discovered, right? Every time you heard that, I was walking down the street and this modeling agent discovered me and all of a sudden I'm famous, right? That's what we call an industry plant. Right now, there's a company called WME Agency. They're one of the largest agencies in the world, and they are starting to do this with podcasting. They've actually pulled 那个女生讲话就是很平嘛，然后她第一次 interview 她就评论那个 Drake。
在船上那个女生哦，
对，
在船上那个女生哦
she's a plant. She went from doing mommy videos on TikTok, and the first video she ever did on her podcast was Drake.
怎么可能？
How the hell does that happen? That's what I'm saying. So that's what we mean by industry plant. So Rachel Zegler she could be a plant because she came, like I said, she went from 0.
那还有谁会是 plant？
你说 sus 吗？ A lot of people say Drake is a plant as well.
Drake
对啊，因为 Drake 本来是 actor。他本来在一个加拿大很有名，就是演一个角色，然后 he was in a guy in a wheelchair, right? He was on a TV show. And all of a sudden he goes to music and he just explodes from nothing. Right? But people didn't know, at that time, people didn't know he was from a TV show. They just thought he was just some Canadian dude, biracial, and he's from Canada. So that was the story. He's like this Canadian rapper. Because at that time, 那时候嘻哈就是美国。如果你不从美国，你就不是嘻哈那个态度。So he came from Canada and they're like, you ain't hard. What Canada got? Like, they got syrup. Like, what can they do? So his whole story was that. And then it turned out like, oh, 原来他很多钱啊，他超多钱。
所以真的有这种 plan 哦。
对啊，we call it a plant, industry plant.
这样听起来好像很多人都很像有。
应该是每个 industry 都有。
Lizzo 有呢 ，Lizzo 也算吧。
我觉得 Lizzo 不算
，Lizzo
因为 Lizzo 有个历史。Lizzo is she's a plant, a power plant. That's why it's called Z because when you get electric, it goes must be nice to live.
Island Boy.
Did you see that video where they're like gay, they're like kissing each other and stuff?
我觉得他们只是想红而已啦，想红去装 gay 啦
Of course.
那叫假 gay。
I wanna be an island boy. It's almost like they have Tourette's. I mean, 他们在模仿那个 Caribbean 的那个 Island boy.
台湾一直都是 Island Boy 啊。
哎，对哦，
我们才是真的 Island Boy 啊，不然你们是 Man and Boy。
我要成山道男。
山道男。
A few moments later.
Back to Zegler.
Yeah.
So I think the thing Colleen about Zegler is like she grew up in the whole woke education system. Then she gets plucked from obscurity to be a star, and she already thinks, well, you owe me. I'm famous. Right? So she ruined like herself before she even really got started.
她长得又漂亮又会唱歌，
超会唱歌哎，
她眼睛又很大
，but
身材又好。
It's like as long as she is in front of the camera and acting, she's good. But the moment you say cut, is 就代际大掉哎。
所以她演戏的时候比较没有抓嘛。
对，真的是，真的是。
抓马更多。
It's kind of like niggas say, like Tom Cruise. As long as Tom Cruise is running, he's good. But the moment you put him in an interview, it's like, yo.
Tom Cruise 很夸张哎。
But I can still get behind Tom Cruise because every movie he does is just gold. Dude.
Tom Cruise 就很努力啊
fantastic.
他很努力啊，
他真的认真。
对啊，所以我觉得他 deserve it.
For me, he's like, I'd say he's like the American version of Jackie Chan in terms of he's always trying to do his own stunts and do ridiculous stuff.
哦，
right?
我跟你讲 ，Jackie Chan 很多 rumor 都说他不是自己做自己的 stunt。
我现在不可能吧？60几岁耶，好不好？
以前的也是，
真假的
就是说
他本来不是 stuntman 吗？他本来是
本来是
李小龙
stuntman，
的 stuntman
可是
啊。
他越来越红之后就开始没有开始做自己 stunt，但是我觉得这是正常的啦。
按照我的经验的话，应该是如果你是 star 的话，他们不太会让你做你的 stunt。
开始做那个，对啊，
在好莱坞的时候他们不会， 因为他们觉得保险太
贵了。
especially in America. Because the first couple of movies that he did in America, they had arguments over what stunts he could do.
Oh.
Because they were like, well, if you get injured, like, where are we going to find another dude who can do what you do? It's impossible. So
yeah.
It's funny because we've done a lot of videos on Rachel Zegler, but this video 我们没有看过吧？你知道这件事情吗？ The crazy part is like I'll show you the comments later. But if you watch how she responds to this whole thing, you could already see like the entitlement starting to seep through. 对，我们看一下。
It's a Snow White scented candle. It smells like me. I had such.
She says it smells like me.
Smell like me.
Snow White scented candle that smells like you. It looks like watermelon though. So.
Such a beautiful time. I'm really glad that I legitimately ran away from my issues for 72 hours.
Oh yeah, so this whole thing happened, right? Everyone's like, just like Twitter, 在骂他什么之类的。
Yeah.
然后 she's like, I can't deal with this, so I'm gonna bounce to Morocco.
Oh.
Right.
One video is gonna get taken out of context, and I know that at this point I can't really stop people from doing that because that's what my whole existence on the internet is.
最好是啦。
对啦。哎，我们要讲清楚。This is when they announced the Snow White thing, but this is after she got in the fight with Jeremy Renner. She got in the fight with Gina Carano.
你才把人家的东西那个 take out of context.
She is the mega out of context
断章取义。
Seriously.
But I never wanted to come off as me being ungrateful for the opportunities I have.
But you are.
That this has been the biggest adjustment of my life. Like understanding the way my life operates now, being who I am, and the things that I've been so fortunate to make. It comes with so much ground that I never thought I would be able to cover, and that people think I'm doing poorly, and other people think I'm doing gracefully, and I don't think
anyone thinks she's doing gracefully though.
Yeah.
I think the issue is that she must have been media trained. It's impossible that Disney would hire someone like this and not have them media trained.
对啊。
And there were rumors going around that she was media trained, but she is the one who 自己决定要 go off script. This is the rumor. This is not confirmed.
你说 go off script 什么意思？
Go off script is like, okay, pretty much you know how to talk to the media when they ask you personal questions. 你知道怎么躲起来, right? Go off script means it's like
脱稿演出。
对。
OK.
So if you go off script, then anything you say is not in the list of what they want you to say. Because you understand in media, there's strings being pulled. So if you don't and then shit goes down, they'll let you hang for it.
Oh.
And I think this is what is going on is she didn't follow her media training. She started saying like dissing her co-stars and saying weird stuff. And they're like, well, you did this. This is on you. I think they're just letting her hang herself out to dry for it.
so. When I tell you that it's hard, I just mean to be inside my brain. That's hard. And I'm there 24/7. I can't get out of it. And I don't know if that will make sense, but that's where I'm at. I'm so grateful for the things that I'm able to do. And a lot of what I'm able to do is because of you guys. And I'm so unbelievably thankful for that. At the end of the day, I look at this trip and think if somewhere like that can exist, and so can my tiny pink bedroom from New Jersey. I can also be having the greatest time and simultaneously wishing.
Damn.
Death threat.
Okay. So I think it's just a chance. She's young. She wasn't prepared for all this, and she popped her mouth off.
Yeah.
And so now she got, I mean, you're an adult. You may be young, but you're still an adult. So, and like I said, I think it's impossible that they didn't put her through media training because 他们投资这么多钱，他们根本不会训练她一下。
Why is it difficult inside of him?
I think what she's trying to express is that, hey, I got a lot of stuff going on up here, and it's hard to parse out what should and should not come out. Some people have no filter.
就说什么该说，什么不该说。
Yeah.
那你就什么都不要说就好了啊。
Or you just stick to the script. Like they give you a script, you know what you can and can't talk about, and dissing your coworkers is probably not on that list. You know
对
what
啊，
I'm
你
saying?
不要骂人家，不要cos人家就好了啊，有什么难的？
应该简单说 she cannot help herself. But there are some people who I think because they're real before they're like real, like they just say whatever they feel, they say whatever they think. And then before they get into the assignment, they think, hey, my realness is my authenticity, so I can keep it real. And they find out real quick that that's not what people want. there's another girl that happened to. What's her name? The Hunger Games girl.
Oh, yeah.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah,
she was another thing is like I remember when she first came out, everyone was so like enamored about her because she would be meeting all these big stars and she would be like a 粉丝.
Yeah.
And now she's a big star, but she still act like 有一点就是太 chill, 太过分.
就是怎么还是小迷妹这种感觉？
什么是小迷妹？
就是 like crazy fan.
It's not just crazy fan. Is she has no filter, and it's like, yo, you make like $10 million per picture. You need to have a filter, dog. Like there are too many companies that
所以他现在是没有 filter， 让人家很讨厌，对。
对啊，真的是啊。
可是他有做过什么很没有 filter 的事情吗
I can show you a video. I'm about to show you is like when she was at her Golden Globe thing, and a guy asked a question, and it's very clear that English is like not his 母语. And he kind of asked the question in the wrong way, and she skewers him for it.
How did you see yourself for the Oscars?
You can't live your whole life behind your phone, bro.
What?
You're just not gonna. You can't do that. You gotta live in the now.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
So the guy is, I guess, I'm assuming he has his question on his phone. And he's asking her the question, but he's kind of looking at his phone to make sure he gets the question right. And she's like, "You can't live your whole life inside your phone, bro. You gotta live in the now." If it were, let's say, 10 years ago, Jennifer Lawrence, we could kind of get it because it's like, okay, 就是很可爱, but now she's status-wise, she's here, right? And the reporter's just kind of here, and she's talking to him like almost like talking down to him a little bit.
有点像在给他训话。
How do you see yourself for the Oscar night? And how was?
We're at the Golden Globes. If you put your phone down, you know that.
Whoa.
Damn. 其实他问他是，你觉得 Oscar 来的时候你会什么感觉？你会不会被选上？你会不会入围？然后那时候我们在 Golden Globe， 你干嘛讲 Oscar 的事情呢？因为他那时候已经得奖，是得奖吗？得到吧？
很秋呢。
对 ，so she's like, we're at the Golden Globes. Why are you asking about something that hasn't happened yet? You know what I'm saying?
可是他也算是有道理的。
算是有道理 but as a public figure in that context, it makes you look bad.
我觉得主要是他讲的态度不好。因为他完全没有笑，他可以说，嘿嘿，我不知道但是我们现在在 Golden Globe， 对，所以你可以1年之后再问我，对啊，你可以这样子做啊。
而且他一定有 media train, so she knows this is a couple of years ago.
而且他也可以说，你那个手机可以放下，我想知道你长得怎么样，我想知道谁在问我这个问题。
也可以靠北说，你在看什么？你在看我的 IG 吗？我等一下 pass 给你的。
我觉得你可以用 humor， 但是他选择不用。
No, it's like 很冷静，超冷静。
我觉得这不是 real， 我真的是没有礼貌。
At this point， 他没有讲话很羞。She is explaining what happened when they were filming in Hawaii. And 我就让他讲。
We were filming in Hawaii. There were sacred rocks, and they were ancestors. Oh my God, they were so good for my chin.
What?
Yeah. Not only is she making a joke, but she's making a joke about sacred rocks on ancestral land.
这个很错呢，这个是 real 没错，但是
it's too real.
You are really a asshole, real. 你真的是个很王八的 real.
That's what I'm saying. 你到这个程度，你不能这么 real. 有一些东西你要有滤镜，要 filter that. 是有。
他说，我们那天在拍那个坟墓的戏啊，有人墓碑啊，干骑起来好爽。难怪他会被讨厌。
Yeah, that's why she took a break for a while. She took a break, I think, for about 2 or 3 years. She didn't do any movies because it was like I need to fix my image. So she just disappeared for a while.
说不定我们可以做几好机车做他。
Maybe, but 最好笑的是，他最近的电影好像是2-3个月前上映的，就是这个故事就是一个 family， 他的儿子是一个宅男。然后都没有交过女朋友，所以他们 pay 这个女生 to seduce him and get him laid. And she's like 那时候他是30几岁，那个弟弟是在18岁左右。But the whole thing is they pay her to seduce him and get him laid. And she's like 她是算是这个角色，就是完全没有 filter， 很那种
很 real 的。
对，很 real.
Does that say well?
I don't think so.
Okay.
We can see. Let's look it up. It's got 6.4 on IMDb, but let's see what it has on Rotten Tomatoes. So on Rotten Tomatoes, it got 87% audience score, 70% on the meter. 我们是不是要去看再评论再说吧？可以 check 啊。
A few moments later.
Who else has kind of gotten in trouble?
Brie Larson.
Brie Larson, because she's got the new Marvels coming out. The thing is that the trailer, let's see how many, because we have the filter, right? Let's see how many likes and dislikes it has. Wow, oh my god.
没有 like 比较多啊。
like 比较多 only 1万多，这个很扯欸。
50啊。
That's a lot of dislikes though, yo.
Yeah.
这个
better than the Little Mermaid 啊。
Holy.
对啊 ，Little Mermaid 更夸张，好不好？2.8 million 跟37万 like， 所以他们算好了，好不好
I love how Monica Rambeau's entire character history is testing different energies out just by walking right into them. Yeah, that makes no sense. This is a top comment, yo. 23000个人 like it. 对了，真的是 it makes no sense.
可是我会想要去看呢。
我完全不会想去看呐。
我们应该要去看才对。
不要，
我们看它有多烂呐。
不要，先不要。
很废纸。
Yeah, I'm not spending money on that. Hell no. Unless enough people really wanted to go watch it, then we actually do it. But
我们可以靠
pass.
Marvels.
And it's the crazy thing is it's the last movie for Marvel this year. This is the movie they choose to end 2023 on.
啊，真的假的
Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
今年最后一部 Marvel 就是这部电影了。
对啊，就是这一部啊，一直 delay。它本来是去年底要上，然后改成今年初，然后改成 summer， 然后改成 November 吧。
这么惨哦。
对啊。The rumor is because originally they were gonna have a sequel and it was gonna be based on Captain Marvel exclusively. And then they were like, we don't think Brie Larson can carry this film because even though the other film made $1 billion, the actual response and criticism to her actual acting was not that good. So then they were like, okay, well, we can bring, because in the comic books they actually have a group called the Marvels, right? So we can get other women involved and it can be like a female empowerment film. And apparently, this is only rumor mill, is that homegirl Brie Larson was not having that. She was really upset. And that caused 冲突 amongst her and her co-stars. And apparently that's why the delays were happening set, because there was constant conflict on the set with her and the Monica Rambeau character.
对啊，一定会的啊。如果你本来是主角的话，然后突然有另外2个主角，然后你就突然没有光芒了，所以你一定会很不爽啊。
当然了，
正常人都会。
But you can only blame yourself. You can only blame yourself, yo. I mean, I watched that movie and I was like, oh my god, it was one of the biggest regrets of 2020. Was it 2019, right?
对啊，第一集真的很难看。
Because they were saying like you need to see this before you watch Endgame, right? It was like the bridge, so people were like, okay, we have to go see it. It was a huge letdown, dude.
Let's burn the bridge. Fuck the bridge.
That bridge was not needed. I could have just taken a Tsusenji over, yo, or just jump in the river.
对啊，I would rather than jump in the river.
Just drown.
Yeah, drop it, yo.
It's not just the movies that Disney seems to be screwing up, because recently people were complaining about their theme parks, dude. Because in the past 5 years, their theme parks have, I think, their actual tickets have jumped up almost 40%. I need to double check that. It opened in 1955. It was $1. Wow. That's the year my mom was born, dog.
Yeah.
Then let's jump forward maybe another 30 years. 1985, it was $16, right? Then we go to maybe 2000, it was $79.
Yeah.
We're talking about adult prices. Where my mouse is that's the adults on the left and the kids are on the right.
Okay.
Right? Let's jump to 2011. It went from, it actually got cheaper.
Yeah.
Let's see, that's for 3-day pass. 3-day pass was 79块美金, right? And a 3-day pass in 2011.
2000多块台币不贵啦。
还好, but that was 2011.
后面变那么贵哦。
Yeah, look at that. 2014, 175块 for a 2-day. Remember, the 3-day was $79.
我现在看到2014年要699 669呢。
Now 20. Whoa, this is ridiculous. A 1-day pass is 179, 179块，2019年的时候，因为那个 COVID 的时候发生，他们可能把，因为他们很惨，235 2020 ，oh it only goes to 2020，
419，
那个是一年
年票，
一年的 annual pass，annual
pass 419，那还好。
And then the premier pass， 哇，这个价格差很多哎，
哇哦。
For the premiere, it's 差快5倍耶！
怎么会跳这么多
？Annual pass and then annual premiere
pass.
So I think usually when they sell their passes is like because the lines is like you can actually skip the lines.
Oh.
But let's see what it actually is now. Okay, this is updated a couple of months ago. Let's see. So what are Disneyland prices right now? For 2023, Disneyland resort ticket prices start at $83 per person. That's about 2,500 吧.
wow.
And max out at $244. However, this doesn't include extras like park hopper or parking. With these add-ons, ticket prices can add up, and it's also important to know that ticket prices do depend on whether you're visiting in a peak or non-peak season. That means whether you're visiting during the summer or during the winter. This is the base Disneyland prices for 23 for all guests, including those ages 3 to 9 and 10 and up. Guests under 3 don't need a ticket. Title could go for free, Also, so the average price of 平均 for 最基本 is 83到24块，但是那个不包含食物跟 parking 停车费，
而且你如果最基本你要排队排很久啊，
对，至少要2个小時啊。
对啊，然後你一天去你8個小時，你有可能6個小時在排隊。
Yep. That's why when I went, what is it, 2000 and maybe 2004, 2005, even then you had to wait in line at least an hour.
这很像那个年轻的时候跟女生去约会。
Oh, for sure. but at that time, you need a job because there ain't no way in hell she's paying.
就好像我们约会了3-4個小時，我就為了最後那30分鐘。
Because you stand in line for 1個半小時 getting to know you, period, and it's like, okay, let's go freak the fuck out.
所以跟迪士尼約會其實跟女生約會一樣的事情。
好帥的，
而且越來越貴。他們裡面有人說他們花了1萬美金給5個人去。
1萬呢？
對，30萬台幣，然後5個人去，
哇，
一個人就等於是一個人花了6萬塊台幣在裡面。可是裡面包含說他們吃東西啊，然後
也是 Premier Pass 嗎？
Premier Pass
那其實這個合理啊。這個對我來說是合理啊。
那你覺得 Universal 比較好玩還是 Disney?
I've been to Universal. Universal is dope. For me, Disneyland is more for the kids or the hardcore Mickey Mouse. Like my wife loves that Disney shit. She got Mickey shit all over the place. Yeah. So she would want to go to Disneyland. But Universal is like Indiana Jones, The Mummy. Like you have legit scary rides there.
Spider-Man 很好玩。
So you have all the cool stuff.
而且比較便宜。
便宜大概30塊美金。
對啊，而且比較便宜。我們那時候去有用那個 Premium Pass， 不知道花多少錢，都會你付錢的，所以我不知道。
You went to the Disneyland Japan?
Yeah,
I mean the Universal Japan?
Yeah, Universal.
A lot of people say the Universal and Disneyland Japan are some of the best in the world.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they say Disneyland 香港好像是 top 1. And is the number 1, and then Japan is like number 3 or 4. But they say that Disneyland Asia is a lot better. They actually take better care of their rides.
Oh,
and the cleanliness is a lot better. But I don't know. I've never been. So
a few moments later.
Well, it's funny because we talk all this mess about Disney, but I actually have to give them props.
Yeah.
Because they do stand behind their actors. I don't think Disney has ever canceled an actor, even when they got canceled. If you look at the Kang the Konqueror situation, Jonathan Majors, right? Like, did they? 我倒带一下，他要 cancel Johnny Depp 吗？ They did.
They did, yo.
That's right.
Dude, Disney is only cancel dude.
That's right.
They don't cancel woman, yo.
I forgot they did.
Maybe
cancel.
Gino.
No, they fired her. They fired her.
Oh, then she's not female.
I mean, she got man skills. So, but they didn't fire Kang the Konqueror either. They still stood by him.
是吗?
Yeah, he's not fired. They're the only ones who stood by him. That's the only role he's guaranteed to still have right now.
Maybe he's a secret gay though.
Huh? I don't think so, man. He got in trouble because he was messing around with strippers, dog.
Maybe.
If he's gay, he's doing a good job of hiding it. He caught a case. He got robbed. He got put in jail.
True.
I think 我们要解释一下 because I don't know when this is gonna go up, but because recently we did an episode, we talked about it a little bit, right?
Yeah.
But like, 他真的很惨 because my man had 3 movies out at the same time. He was on top of the world. He was dating a nice little girl who I guess was like a dancer. But apparently she's really good because she was actually in Barbie. She was one of the stunt Barbies. Yeah. She was in Ant-Man and the Wasp, which is probably, I'm guessing, where they met. And she was also in 不可能的任务7, 就是最近上映的那个.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So she's got a little bit of skills. They got in an argument inside of a taxi because she accused him of cheating on her. She said, who are you getting text messages from? And he's like, it's business. She said, let me see your phone. So she tried to grab his phone. He refused to give it to her inside of the car.
Uber, yeah.
And then he gets out after they fought, and she beats him. She gets out of the car and she beats him.
When you say they fought definition is like they hit each other. Did they?
No, in English, when we say fight, it's argument.
Oh, yeah. Argument.
They had a fight, but then that fight turned into a fight because she starts hitting him. This is all based on the testimony of the driver.
所以只有女生打他而已。
只有女生打他, and he's trying to protect himself. So he's like, according to the taxi driver, he begged him to pull over so that he could get out. He was willing to jump out of the car while it was moving. And Texas was like, no, that's dangerous. So he pulled over. Kang gets out. Then homegirl chases him out of the taxi and starts hitting him.
Oh.
Then, in the middle of the street, they settle down after about 10 minutes, and for some reason, Kang decides to get back in the car. This is where I think he really fucked up.
Yeah.
He gets back in the car, and according to the taxi driver, before the door even closed, she starts beating him again, trying to take his phone.
Oh my god.
So then he jumps out of the car, and he runs away.
白痴哦
Fool me once, shame on you, right?
Yeah.
So after this, he checks into a hotel. She goes to the club. She has his credit card that she took out of his coat. And she goes to the club and she buys $800 bottle of champagne.
等一下，他打了他之后，拿他的信用卡去刷卡。
对，
这听起来像抢劫。
对，就是啊，
That's robbery for me.
就是 they have surveillance footage of her. We'll show it. I'll show it to you right. So this is her. She's walking into the club. She goes past the gate. Then she's at the bar. She's about to come up. They're going to point her out. She's right there.
Oh, yeah?
She's ordering, and that menu in the credit card she's giving is his credit card. They have the charges to match. She buys $800 bottle of champagne, so 快25000吧，一瓶25000。
在你打完人之后去买一罐，用他的钱去买一罐香槟
Straight gangster, yo.
超干的好不好？
After this, she gets drunk, goes back to his house, passes out in his closet. Then Jonathan Majors wakes up. He goes back to his house from being in the hotel. I guess they must have lived together or something.
Yeah.
Or maybe she had the keys to his place. He didn't want to get into another fight. He gets back to his place at 11 a.m. in the morning, finds her passed out in his closet. And he's like, what are you doing?
对啊
And she doesn't respond. Like, he tries to wake her up. She doesn't respond. So he calls the police.
Yeah.
He calls 911. The police show up. She comes to, and they say, he knocked me out. He hit me. She's got bruises on her fingers. She's got, I think, a little contusion on her neck. And she says, he did this to me. So the rule in America is that they have to assume it is the man.
Yeah.
So they arrest him. They take him to jail, arrest him.
哎，等一下，你说美国的法律有规定说应该都是男的啊？
对, in a domestic abuse dispute, anytime they go, if the woman can claim either whether she's lying or not, they have to take the man because they can't take the chance that he might do something worse and go the other direction.
这蛮 sexist 的哎。
就是这样啊。
Okay.
Hey, it's patriarchy.
Yeah, we got a patriarchy.
Patriarchy.
Yeah.
So they throw him in jail. He gets out, and already it's all over the news. The day he gets out of jail, it's all over the news, and it says that Jonathan Majors strangled a woman and beat her. Okay. 2 days later, his publicist drops him. 3 days after that, his talent agency drops him.
Wow.
Even Michael B. Jordan, even Michael B. Jordan, when he was promoting the Apollo movie, when it was out on streaming, he posted pictures. He said, hey, out now on streaming, but he only posts pictures of himself. He don't even post picture with him and Jonathan Majors.
Okay.
So even Michael B. Jordan, kind of distanced himself from this.
Yeah.
So at this point, he's canceled.
Yeah.
All right. The only people who are by everyone's asking is Marvel going to cancel him too? Marvel stands by and they said we're not going to replace him. They said if we do, we have to consider who we might use, but we're not going to replace him.
Oh.
Then 5 days later, this footage comes out. And a letter from the lawyer about the people who are going to testify reveal everything I just told you. So it comes out that, hey, this girl robbed him, did all this. And they even have a text message of her saying, hey, I'm sorry. I didn't know this was going to happen. I'm really sorry. This is all my fault.
Oh.
Okay. But even after all of this, the prosecution says we still want to bring charges. We want to go to trial.
Wow.
So they go to trial. And they set a hearing for the beginning of August. During that period, homegirl still has his credit card and is still buying shit. She stole his jewelry from his house. She stole his watches. She stole all this stuff. So he had to cancel his credit cards because she had access to that when she was charging up shit.
他还是一样用他的 credit card 买东西。
对, during this whole period of time. Wow. So during this period, he canceled his credit card and he reported her as a crime. The police went to look for her, couldn't find her. So on the hearing day, when she's supposed to show up and say, yes, he's the one that did it, 已读不见了。
他已读不回了。
已读不回。
就消失了。
Not missing. So actually, by the time this goes up, they're in the middle of trial. Because they had to delay the trial till September 6th, which is tomorrow for us.
Well, she's better than Amber Heard.
Yeah.
至少没有在床上大便。等一下，他们有没有检查过衣橱里面有大便？好恶心。
Just like Amber, she's a blonde, yo. She's a blonde. She's good looking too. 她其实蛮不错啊，我们可以看啊。
漂亮。
Kinda looks like Uma Thurman.
这个我可以。
我觉得很可以，但是呢，
很可以。
After this, because Jonathan Majors has a new girlfriend. You know who his new girlfriend is now? Boom.
这个更可以。
Yeah, that's from 那个 Californication 啊，它是第5季吧，对不对？ 那就是她 Megan Good. That's her name, Megan Good.
Californication 里面有她。
有 She was in there for
2季。那她多老了啊？她应该很年纪很大了吧
？Black don't crack, dog.
她有点年纪，我觉得她45岁了吧。
她现在42岁，跟我们一样啊。42。Hell yes, bro. Tell me what, dude. I would go to jail for that.
那你愿意她在你的床上大便吗
？No. No. There's no limit for that.
那写那个衣柜里可以吗？
写衣柜可以，可以，这个我可以。
床上不可以，但是衣柜可以。
Here's what I would do. I'd be like, I would hit that 4 times a day just in case it's the last time before she goes crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get my money's worth. He's like, you can steal from me later, but I'm gonna make sure you don't walk right for at least a month.
所以那个女的现在都没有事情，都没有被 cancel。
你说那个女生吗？
前面那个女生，那个女的叫什么？
目前没有，因为 she's not that famous.
Yeah.
She's like just a background dancer.
Nothing to cancel.
But he was on top of the world when all this happened. And also the 画面 looks bad, right? Blonde white girl, black guy. So you have that whole thing. It's LA police. So apparently they have body cam footage that shows that the police coerced this girl into saying it was him. Because Homegirl claimed that her hands were injured at the time that they were in the cab fight. Yeah. That she had an injury on her finger, injury to her neck. And when they looked at the video in the club video, the video where you said the surveillance footage.
手没有事情啊。
都没有. So none of this happened until after she got back to the house. So which means it didn't happen whenever she was in the cab with him.
可是其实这样子也是有可能的啊，因为你没办法证明在那个男生回家之后，在衣柜他出来之后发生什么事啊？
你是说他去夜店之前吗？
之后他不是回到他的 closet，然后那个男人回来了，然后中间的事情没有人办法证明什么事情发生啊。
True, but the problem is that if you look here, whenever he got back to the hotel versus when the cops showed up, apparently is security footage of him getting home. The time between he got home and he called the cops is less than 10 minutes.
Oh.
It says right here he arrived at 11:13 a.m. He couldn't get in, so he called. It says when he called a handyman to unlock his bedroom door, he found her unconscious on the closet. So there was another witness there that was there to help him unlock the door because he couldn't get in.
Oh. 这样子就应该很能证明，因为不到10分钟他就报警了啊。那你就算再怎么打，也不可能这么快。
我不知道 I mean, he's Kang, but I mean, he is. Maybe he's like, pop, 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 pop. Hey, there's somebody. I can't get in my closet. How does that work out?
所以我觉得那个女生的伤口可能是自己弄的。
Maybe, or maybe she was drunk and 她都不小心撞到什么之类的。
喝醉啊。
It's possible.
Wow,
but that's insane, man. But yeah, no one's taking him back. And he had a movie that was all about bodybuilding that people were saying like this is going to give him the Oscar, and they put that movie on the shelf, and they're not even going to release it.
啊，真的假的？
Yeah, it's a shame, dude. Down here they have photographs of his clothes being torn, his own injuries. Like they have all this, and they have statements from other witnesses, people on the street who saw this go down. Okay. But even with all that, I guess until the trial happens, all his companies just like, yeah, we'll just best if we don't deal with you. And if you look on his IMDb, the only thing he has is Kang the Konqueror. He has
我觉得他比那个 Johnny Depp 还要惨。
Maybe，
因为他还没有那么红 ，Johnny Depp 已经超红的。然后Johnny Depp 已经爽过了。
He lost everything.
对啊，但是他这个 Jonathan 这个人，他都还没有那么红，然后就 lost everything. But turn out maybe he's an asshole. Who knows?
Possibly. That's the thing is, there's some people saying there's some director who said, "Oh yeah, I remember one time on set he was really menacing." So
就可以 destroy 他的啊。
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe he pissed off the wrong person. That could happen too.
True.
We get people to watch Yellowstone with it.
我觉得 Yellowstone 应该是最 patriarchy.
对 Yellowstone 蛮 patriarchy actually.
The most patriarchy.
But the thing is that patriarchy is run by the women though, yo.
Yeah.
Like Beth in that show. But let's give a little background. Yellowstone is a cowboy version of Game of Thrones. Let's put it that way.
好看。
It's 超好看. It's all about cowboys and all the stuff they have to deal with, literally fighting Indians.
Yellowstone 他们还没结束吧？哈。
还没啊，他刚开始第5季啊，几个礼拜前开始第5季啊。
Wow.
对啊。So yeah, it's all about cowboys, Indians, casinos, and lots of drama. And the most gangster character is Beth. My God.
他很正，他长得真的有点像那个 Uma。
我觉得一点都不像哎。
我觉得
Kelly Riley 都不像。This is Kelly Riley.
Yeah.
She got jugs too. She showed them jugs out in the first episode. God damn. This is Kelly Riley. Kelly Riley looks like the girl that you pick up at the bar.
那我觉得 Yellowstone 那个 Beth 很像苏菲玛索啊。
Dude, 我觉得一点都不像，但是我觉得 she carries that show.
Yeah.
Every time she is on screen, 你真的没办法不看的。
对啊
She's always either 呛别人 or beating people. Like when she beat her brother. Oh my god, when she beat her brother, 她打得很惨的。
That is good.
超惨。
来，你们大家一定要去看，
一定要去看，一定要去看。Right now I'm on 第二季。
你在第二季了？
我在第二季的第8集 right now.
Oh.
So you guys, I think get on Amazon. We're not promoting Amazon without zero yet pay mother. You can find it on Amazon. There are other means to find it. 有中文字幕。But if you like non-PC, no bullshit, real strong female characters, when I say strong, I mean strong.
Yeah.
Then this is the show. It's a good
And
show.
if you like patriarchy.
If you like patriarchy, but for me, it's patriarchy, but it's balanced. It's like how not to be a dad. But it's cool to see like some of the characters how they start from Ling, like they're literally pieces of shit, and they actually become something great.
你说 Jimmy 吗？
Not just Jimmy, several other people. Like because you're still in season 1, but you see what we call in English called character arc, where they start from one point and to see their evolution of who they become, whether it be good or bad, to see them change.
那个小男生有没有越来越厉害
Huh?
The little kid.
I'm not saying anything. He's still a kid though. But I think the biggest evolution is actually Jamie. Jamie's evolution is huge.
Yeah, that's a really good show.
Yeah, it's a really, really good show. But that'd be great if like people could watch it and then we actually do like episode like review or whatever. Because that's an awesome show.
那可是我还是觉得最好笑的，我觉得应该是 Californication。
哦，当然了。At least up until 第4季。
第4季之后不好看，但是第4季之前好看。
But those first, man, especially the first 3 seasons, gold, dude.
Yeah.
That's where we got our motherfucker from. That's from him, dude.
不知道有没有人看过哦？
好
我觉得
像
台湾应该不多人看呐。
这个本来在 Netflix 本来是没有嘞。
没有，我记得没有在。
哦，因为它是一个 Showtime 的节目，所以可能你要 subscribe 的 Showtime 才能看的。
对，我记得他们有在 Californication 叫做加州迷情。
加州迷情吗？
对，就是那个 S-File 的那个男主角演的。
Yeah, David Duchovny.
Duchovny.
And the cool thing about the show is literally like a play on words because what do you call it? Very 很保守的那个基督教的那些 they would say like California is a place that is for sin. And in the Bible, the term for having 就是上床 is called fornication. That's a biblical word. To fornicate. So because LA was considered a cesspool for all the weird hippies and people doing bad stuff, they called it Californication.
所以叫做加州上床。
对，就是。
That's a bad.
就是
In that show, it pretty much is fallen in sex, right?
He's got one that he's always in love with, right? And then because he can't have her, he kind of overcompensates by.
Californication is the best porn ever without sexual scene.
是吗？
它有 sexual scene 有啦。
他有，但是几乎每一集都有 titties 啊。
有对。
After 第3季，他们变少 because he actually gets back together with homegirl, right? That's the thing is like you had to have titties to sell it. For me, the best part is the 对话。他的干话跟对话真好笑。
你觉得女生会喜欢看 Californication？
当然啦 ，because that guy know how to 把妹啊，超知道把妹。
我觉得那是最棒的前戏。
对啊
，the best foreplay.
If you want to understand how to talk to women, just follow Hank Moody, yo.
Yeah.
Just watch Californication.
如果你想要知道什么是前戏，怎么在生活中随时都有在前戏
Yep.
Watch that show.
Yep, that guy 很会 ，cause he's a writer, right? 所以他一直都会玩那些文字游戏啊，超会玩的。And actually, it's based partly on his real life because he had a sex addiction issue. He ruined his marriage because of that, dude.
所以真的。
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He had to check into rehab for sex addiction. And his ex-wife was super, super hot. She was a big actress that time, and he ruined it with her. Wow. 很可怜. Like, I'll show you. Her name was Taya Leone. He destroyed. Look at this one.
很像 Californication 里面那女的哎，你看左下角那一张，
有点像，
很像那个女主角。
她的眼睛比较亚洲，那个另外一个英国的那个女主角，
她的眼睛很漂亮哎，
超漂亮啊。
Still,
she aged still good, still would. I would Californicate her. Look at her name. 你怎么念
？T Leone. T Leone. Wow.
Actually, it's 你念的是台语，它是 Taya。
哦
Taya Leone。这个茶我会外约。
对，外约茶不行啊！你不能这样讲人家啦。想喝茶吗？今晚要喝什么茶？加州茶。
下午茶。